Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to show you how to recreate this New Year's Eve glam look right here. This video is sponsored by Beauty For Real, so thank you so much to Beauty For Real for sponsoring me in this video. And yeah, if you want to see exactly how to achieve this New Year's Eve look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the eyes. First thing that I'm going to grab is this MVP Duo. This one is a tinted moisturizer and a concealer. The concealer is at the top with a little mirror, so it's just so convenient, and then the tinted moisturizer is in here. So I'm going to start off with the concealer portion of that in order to just even out my eyelid. As you can see, I have a lot of pigment, like natural pigment on the lids. So if I just work with them like this, you're really not going to be able to see the actual color of the eyeshadow that I'm going to use. And so in order to prevent that and so that you can see the eyeshadow, I'm going to be applying some of that concealer. Just taking it, warming it up with my finger, and then just applying it onto the lid. Just a nice thin layer. And then I take my beauty blender and then just blend it out even further. Next, I'm going to grab this eyeshadow stick right here. This one is in the shade All Day Latte, and I'm simply going to be placing that onto the entire lid section. This does come with a little sharpener so that you can sharpen the tip of this and make it really nice and sharp. But I'm not going to need it, so I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to be laying down this eyeshadow onto the entire mobile lid area before blending it out using a brush. And this is just simply going to diffuse the eyeshadow. And then if I want a little bit more color, I'm going to place it on top of that again. And just like I would with an eyeshadow, I can build this up. So I'm simply building up the color intensity and then just blending in between applications. This is so convenient because you only need the one shadow stick in order to create like a really nice smoked out look. These eyeshadow sticks are amazing just because they blend out so nicely in between applications, and then like once you're done, they're set and they're good to go and you don't have to worry about them creasing or anything like that. Okay, so now for the fun part, I'm going to be taking a little bit of tape in order to get some really sharp edges here along the outer portion of my eye with the eyeliners that I'm going to use. Just going to take a little bit of tape. I applied a little bit of oil, a little bit of almond oil onto the back of my hand, and then I placed the tape on top of it a couple of times just to lessen the stickiness of it, and that way it's more gentle along my eye area. I'm just going to place it and align it here along the edge. And I'm just keeping it in line with like my brow. So it's still sticky even though it has a little bit of oil on it. But like I said, it's just gonna prevent it from ripping my skin off, essentially. So this next part is actually really simple. I'm gonna start off with this Platinum Blonde eyeliner. This is a waterproof eyeliner, so you know it's gonna last a really long time once you place it down. And I'm going to be drawing a winged line, and it's gonna be pretty thick. So I'm going to start here along the top, tilt my head back, and then just draw a line across. These eyeliners are so smooth. If you saw my last video, the one where I'm wearing this as a lid shade, it's not this exact shade that I'm wearing, but it's one of the trio that Beauty For Real has. I absolutely love how this glides on, and like I said in that video, and I'll say it again here, you can use it as an eyeliner, you can use it along the waterline, along the inner corner, you can use it as an all lid color. These are just so versatile and they're so soft that they glide on without any issues. So I'm just gonna apply a pretty thick wing here. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, you can totally rock this like this. Like, you don't have to add the additional line that I'm about to, but I personally wanted to do a double wing. So that is why I'm going to next take their Black Magic eyeliner, and I'm going to be applying a wing line just below the one that I applied right now. So that is where the tape comes in, because this is going to give me a really sharp wing at the end of my wing, and I don't have to worry about it for either eyeliner. So I'm just keeping this one closer to the eye without covering up the metallic that I placed underneath. And for this wing, I'm only going in about halfway, so I'm stopping about there. Okay, so now that we're done with the double wing, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Perfect. So now moving on to lashes, and I want them to be nice and full and thick. For that, I'm using the High Def Mascara, and I'm gonna just apply a couple of coats onto the lashes. I find that 2 coats is pretty good. 1 coat is good, but not if I want them to really, really pop. So 2 coats for me works out really well with this mascara. You just gotta make sure that you apply it at the base, you wiggle, and then you pull. Wiggle and then pull. So that way you get most of the product along the base, it makes them nice and thick, and then it also evenly distributes the mascara throughout the lash. Okay, so now I'm going to take a break from the eyes and I'm moving on to the face. And for that, I'm grabbing the MVP Duo once again, taking the tinted moisturizer side. I forgot to mention at the beginning, this one is in the shade medium number 1. And I'm going to just be applying that onto the face using a damp beauty blender. And this tinted moisturizer has the added benefit of having SPF in it. And I believe it's SPF 25. Which is pretty good, makes it really nice for an everyday wear. That way you don't have to worry about your moisturizer having to have SPF in it so that you protect your skin from the sun. This takes care of everything. It gives you really, really nice, even coverage. It's not full coverage, it's the tinted moisturizer, but it does even out your skin quite a bit, and it has the added bonus of giving you some protection from the sun. Next, I'm going to be taking the concealer side in order to conceal, and I'm going to be taking that with my finger and applying it directly underneath. And I'm going to be using my damp beauty blender in order to further blend it out. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I'm just going to lightly set with some translucent loose powder just to keep everything nice and matte underneath the eye area. Okay, so now that we're done with that, it is time to move on to the rest of the face. And for that, I'm going to be using this Bronze and Glow Duo. So you have a bronzing side here, and then you have a highlighting side here, or a glowy, dewy side here. I'm gonna start off with the bronzing side. This one is in the shade Coco Cabana. And I'm just gonna run it here where I would normally apply bronzer. That is where I'm going to apply this. I'm also doing it here along the sides of my face. And I'm gonna do it along the jawline. I really don't do it along the jawline, but you know, why not? And then also just a little bit here along the sides of my nose. So now that we have that down, just blending it out using my damp beauty blender. And as you can see, it blends out effortlessly. Blends out without any issues, and it just gives you that added color, you know, that we sometimes need so that we don't look too one-dimensional and flat. And I'm just running it upward, and that way this also acts as a little bit of a blush. All right, and next we're going to move on to the highlighting side. This one is in the shade High Tide, and I'm just gonna grab it with my finger and apply it onto the tops of my cheeks here. You see how it gives you just that little touch of dewiness, but without it being glittery or without it being too much. I really like it when highlighters just give you that extra dewy glow, but without looking too extra, you know what I mean? And then I can take it with my damp beauty blender and apply it like that also. And then I'm gonna take a little bit with my finger and then just apply it here, along the bridge of my nose, along the Cupid's bow area, and then here along the chin. So like the normal spots where I would typically highlight with a powder, I'm highlighting with this. Okay, so now it's time to go back to the eyes and finish those off. And for that, I'm grabbing Black Magic once again. And I'm gonna run that along the waterline, but only about 3/4 of the way in. And then I'm going to take All Day Latte, which is the eyeshadow that I used on the lid. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna run that along the lash line here. And I'm just gonna place it along the lash line around 3/4 of the way in as well. And then I'm gonna take a pencil brush in order to blend those two together and make everything nice and diffused. Okay, last but not least, I'm going in to the inner corner using Platinum Blonde once again. And I'm just going to drag the color from the top to the inner corner and then connect it along the bottom. And once I'm done with that, I'm just going in with a pencil brush and just blending it out just so that we're not left with any harsh lines. And then of course, we're just gonna finish it off with a little bit of mascara on the lower lashes. Okay, so now that I'm done with the eyes, done with the face, it is time for the last thing, which is the lips. And for that, since I do plan on wearing a liquid lipstick, I'm going to be scrubbing any kind of dead skin off of my lips using this brand new Lip Revival from Beauty For Real. They already have one, but they're coming out with 3 different new ones at the beginning of this upcoming year. This one is Ginger Lime, which is one of the new ones, and the other 2 are Orange Spice and Just Sugar. So this is not only going to get rid of any kind of dead skin that's on my lips, but it's also going to moisturize them and prep them for a liquid lipstick. For lips today, I'm going to be applying this liquid lipstick. This one is in the shade My Pleasure. This is one of the 3 new liquid lipsticks that they have. This is a water-based liquid lipstick, which makes it super comfortable to wear, long-lasting, and it doesn't transfer. And that concludes this New Year's Eve glam. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video tutorial and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. That way you don't miss out on any future product reviews or makeup tutorials. As always, take care and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.